Hello and welcome to this tutorial video about the BBC Microbit. Today I want to show you how to get started with the BBC Microbit, share some fun projects with you, and show you where to find more to do with your Microbit. You may have gotten your Microbit in a kit from the library, and I want to thank the Friends of the Library as well as the Washington State Library for providing the components in your kits. So what is the Microbit? It is a pocket-sized, codable computer with motion detection, a built-in compass, and Bluetooth technology. We will be setting up your Microbit and getting coding, but first, let's explore what you have in your kit and the other supplies you may need to complete projects. You will need to have a computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone in order to create and transfer code. If you don't have access to one of these at home, you can also check with your library branch about borrowing a laptop for use at the library. Depending on your device, you will either directly connect the Microbit or use Bluetooth technology. There is a Microbit app that can be downloaded to smartphones and tablets, but you can also code directly in any web browser. The best place to start coding is at microbit.org. So let's explore your kit. In your kit, you should have an instruction sheet and 3 bags. In the first bag is the Microbit, which is in an anti-static bag. You don't want to throw this bag away. You will want to keep it to store your Microbit when you aren't using it to keep it protected. You should have a battery pack and 2 batteries. Right now is a good time to put the batteries into the battery pack. You will be using those to power the Microbit when it isn't connected to a computer via USB. There is also the cord to connect the Microbit to the computer. You should also have a Ready, Set, Go and safety brochure. If you haven't already, it's a good time to pause the video and just read through the safety brochure, paying close attention to all the safety instructions and how to handle your Microbit. In the second bag, you'll find a set of earbuds, a servo motor, and 5 alligator or crocodile clips, depending on what you call them. There's also a roll of paper tape. In the third bag, there is a piece of aluminum foil and a small but pretty strong little magnet. And you want to be careful not to set the magnet directly on top of your Microbit or on any other computer. There also should be a paper clip. These supplies will be used to create the projects I will be sharing with you shortly. Additionally, you will want some recycled cardboard for 2 of the projects and a pair of scissors. Now that you have reviewed the kit and the handouts and know how to always handle your Microbit by the edges, let's move on to getting started. You will want to go to www.microbit.org on your computer, smartphone, or tablet, and in the web browser. You're going to be selecting the Get Started tab. You will see a list of first steps, and I encourage you to proceed through the information provided and start by watching the video Instruction to the BBC Microbit. There is a lot of information and it walks you through all the features of this tiny little microprocessor, and I found it very helpful to me when I was first getting started. Additionally, there are 2 videos under Learn How Computers Work, one that talks about input and output devices, both of which are features that your microprocessor, your Microbit has. It also discusses what exactly a processor is. After you have viewed those videos, let's scroll to the bottom of the page and select Setup. On this page, you will move through the steps to begin to program, connect, and transfer from a computer. This can be the most challenging part of getting started with your Microbit, and the path you take will depend on what device you are using. For our computer, there are 2 options. You can drag and drop, and you can use direct flashing. If you are using the mobile app, there is a section that will walk you through pairing your device and flashing your code. I encourage you to select the video that applies to your device. And here's the part on the mobile app, and get started with your setup. If you need to pause the video here and come back after you've completed setup, that is great. Now that you know how to connect your microbit to transfer code, we're going to move on to explore LEDs and buttons. Like all the other videos on this website, they're very short, and I really encourage you viewing them because it gives you kind of an inside knowledge and understanding of what exactly they do. So we have a video on the LEDs as well as a video on buttons. Once you view those videos, this is a chance to get started with your first few coding projects. Each set of projects is designed to build your understanding and confidence progressively, so you can work through them all or simply choose one to get started. Set 1 includes icons and animals. Set 2 is an emotions badge. Set 3 is sunshine. You can do a few of them or all of them. It's entirely up to you. So now that you've gotten started with coding with your microbit, it is time to try out some other projects and features. So we're going to move on to sensors. On this page, you will view videos and try projects using the accelerometer and temperature sensor. And you can see there's a video for each of those, as well as several suggested projects to try out using those, as well as the light sensing and compass features. And you see the projects using the light and the compass. Now, the microbit we are using is the original microbit. There is a new microbit that has a touch sensor and a microphone and speaker. And this bottom section has to do with that new microbit. And we're going to skip past that feature right now because it's not on the microbits we're using. So next, we're going to move on to sound output. Your particular type of microbit will require headphones in order for you to hear sound output. In these, we have some earbuds that were provided in your kit. I encourage you to watch the sound video here, which is specific to your microbit. And after you've viewed that video, we're going to try out the projects in Make Some Noise, as well as in Set 3, Useful Sounds. Set 2 is specific to the new microbits that have a built-in speaker. Once you have completed these projects, we're going to move on to the next page, which is sound input. And again, this is a feature that has to do with the built-in microphone on the new microbit, and you're welcome to view them, but your current microbit will not have the capabilities outlined here. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom of this page and move on to radio and pins. And on this page, I encourage you to view the videos on both radio features and pin features. And you're going to be diving into your supplies to create a project, the Guitar 1, using the pins feature. There are some activities under radio messages, and what you'll see here and on some of the other projects highlighted there is that you're going to want to either have 2 microbits or maybe a friend that has one to try some of these projects. But we're going to go down to Set 2, which is pins, touch, sensors, and sounds. And you're going to start with Guitar 1, touch tunes. For this project, you're going to want to dig into your recycling and find a piece of cardboard. Food packaging like cereal boxes can work great for this, and you'll use that to create your instrument or guitar shape. Additionally, you will be using earbuds, foil, and alligator clips to complete this coding project. We're going to follow the link to the Guitar 1 page and view both the introduction video, which will outline the project and the steps you need to take, as well as the coding guide that takes you step by step through creating the code. Under How It Works, it explains clearly all the steps you'll be taking, including photos, explains what you need, it shows you your coding language, and at the bottom shows ways to improve it with some additional suggested projects. So how did it go? Were you able to make some music? Did you get to try out the guitar chords and octaves projects to make more sound in music coding? You have now completed the Get Started section of the microbit.org website. Now I'd like to point you towards a few other projects you can complete with the supplies in your kit and also introduce another website with even more projects. We are now going to scroll to the bottom of this page and select Get Creative over here or right down here. On the Get Creative page, there is another short video talking about ways that you can use the sensors and other features to expand your digital creativity. And there's a few suggested projects on this page. And then if you go to the bottom, you'll also see a link to Features in Depth that includes videos to explain how every Microbit feature works and how you can use them, as well as a More Projects link, which you can also find the projects link at the top of the page. And we're going to follow the link to More Projects. On this page, you're going to see a huge list. There's 83 results of different projects you can try with your Microbit. On the left, it also gives you options to filter by programming language, a subject or topic, a specific device feature, and then on the right-hand side, you'll also see other project pages. Where we're going to do right now is use the search option on this page and type in simple door alarm. So in your kit, you have all of the materials that you need to make your simple door alarm. I would encourage you again to watch the introduction video that explains the project step by step, and then the coding guide to explain the code that you need to write to flash to your Microbit. It walks you step by step through how it works, tells you what you need, and that's your Microbit, the editor, a battery pack, a magnet, and some way of fixing the magnet, Microbit, and battery pack to the door and door frame. And your paper tape that we have included should work to help with that. Step 2 is coding it, and then step 3 is ways to improve it with suggestions of other types of alarms that you might want to try out. And I hope you will continue exploring with your Microbit on the microbit.org website. You can also see there is a Do Your Bit link here with some other kind of fun projects to help save the planet with technology, including classroom activities and a global Microbit challenge that you may want to check out. But next, I'd like to introduce you to another website from Microsoft that has even more projects, and share a project from there that will use the servo motor that we've included in your kit. You have probably already visited this page when you were coding some of your earlier projects. It is the MakeCode editor found at makecode.microbit.org. You can also get to the page by selecting the Let's Code tab and following under the quick links the MakeCode editor. Additionally, there is a link to Python editor, so maybe you've been working with block coding for a while and you want to try learning another coding language. Python is a great place to start. But for right now, we're going to select the MakeCode editor, and this is going to take us to a page that has a wide variety of projects and tutorial videos. You can scroll down the page and search and find projects that you might want to try. If you scroll down the page, we're going to be looking for toys and inchworm. I'm going to select the inchworm project, and I'm going to select show instructions. There is a short video of the project. You can see it's kind of fun. And then underneath that explains how long the project will take, the materials that you need, and this is one where you need a little more cardboard. You'll need your tape, some scissors to cut the cardboard, your Microbit and your battery pack, 3 of the crocodile or alligator clips, the micro servo motor, and 1 paper clip. It walks you through preparation by setting the micro servo with the crocodile clip. Under activities, the Make, Code, and Connect, and if you click Let's Get Started, it'll take you to a page that will walk you through the project step by step. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you had a lot of fun creating with your BBC Microbit and continue to try new projects. If you want to share your projects with the library, we would love to see what you create. Take a picture or video and share them with us at dearlibrary@nols.org, and we'll see you next time.